Nobody said no.
Hip-hop mogul Sean Diddy Combs has been denied bail after pleading not guilty in a sex trafficking case. A New York federal judge remanded the musician in custody after prosecutors argued he was a serious flight risk. Mr. Combs, 54, was arrested on Monday evening, accused of running a criminal enterprise from at least 2008 that relied on drugs and violence to force women to fulfill his sexual desires, according to prosecutors. A 14-page indictment charges him with racketeering, sex trafficking by force, and transportation to engage in prostitution. If convicted on all three counts, the rapper and record producer faces a sentence of 15 years up to life in prison. He was wearing a black t-shirt and gray sweatpants during Tuesday's court appearance in Manhattan. Asked by U.S. Magistrate Judge Robin Tarnowski how he wished to plead, Mr. Combs stood up and said, "Not guilty." According to court documents, Mr. Combs wielded the power of his status to lure female victims to engage in extended sex acts called freak-offs. During freak-offs, Combs distributed a variety of controlled substances to victims, in part to keep the victims obedient and compliant, the indictment said. In a news briefing, U.S. Prosecutor Damian Williams said officials found firearms, ammunition, and more than 1,000 bottles of lubricant during raids on Mr. Combs's homes in Miami and Los Angeles about 6 months ago. Mr. Williams said federal agents had also found 3 semi-automatic rifles with defaced serial numbers and a drum magazine. He told reporters that further charges were possible, without offering specific details. Mr. Combs's lawyer, Mark Agnifilo, said the defense team had already launched an appeal against the judge's bail decision, with a hearing set for Wednesday. "We believe in him wholeheartedly," Mr. Agnifilo told reporters at the Manhattan court. "He didn't do these things. There's no coercion and no crime. He's not afraid of the charges." Mr. Agnifilo said Mr. Combs was the target of an unjust prosecution. In court documents, federal prosecutors said that Mr. Combs had abused, threatened, and coerced women and others around him to fulfill his sexual desires, protect his reputation, and conceal his conduct. Prosecutors accuse Mr. Combs of creating a criminal enterprise whose members, under his direction, engaged in sex trafficking, forced labor, kidnapping, arson, and bribery.